Hey guys, in this video I'm going to give you my updated for 2016 step-by-step guide for finding the best items to sell on eBay. So let's jump straight into it. The very first thing we want to do is to brainstorm a potential list of items that we might want to sell on eBay. Once we've brainstormed our list of items that we might potentially want to sell on eBay, we're going to go through each item individually and figure out which items are the easiest to sell and which ones have the highest profit margin. Back when I did my first video in 2015, I recommended that you use Amazon's top 100 bestseller item list for each category to figure out a list of items that you might want to potentially sell, and this suggestion hasn't actually changed for this year, so I'm going to switch back to my screen and show you exactly what I mean. And I'm going to go deeper into the types of items and categories that you'll want to sell on eBay. So even if you did watch last year's video, I highly recommend that you watch this year's one as well. Hey guys, so I've just switched over to my Amazon bestsellers list here on my computer to show you how I would use it to brainstorm a list of potential items to sell on eBay. Now, all you gotta do is just come in here and select a category that you'd be interested in selling. For example, we're just going to select baby. Now, what I suggest that you do is you go through all of the items here. There will be 100 items in your category, and look for items that have a selling price of at least $10. Personally, I would recommend that you actually write down items that have a selling price of at least $20. The reason being is that you want to make sure that you're selling items that are going to give you a reasonable amount of money at the end of the day to make it worthwhile your time as a seller. You don't want to be selling items that are giving you $3 in profit. You want to be selling items that are giving you at least $10 in profit, if possible, to make it worth your time. So we're coming down here, we would write this item down, we would write this item down, would write this item down, would write this item down. Yeah, we'd write down those items. And one thing I want to note here is that you could write down anything. I think that a spreadsheet is the way that I do it, so I think that spreadsheets work really well. Now, I want to talk to you quickly about how to note down these items. What I would suggest that you do is that if you are looking to do retail arbitrage or thrifting, that you write down the exact name of the item. So let's take this item here, the regular easy step walkthrough gate. You would write down that exact name, because when you're going into a store, you're going to be looking for this exact item to buy to then resell. That's what retail arbitrage is. But if you are instead going to be doing wholesale selling or drop shipping, you're not going to be able to find this exact brand. What you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find a similar item that a wholesaler or a dropshipper is manufacturing and then list that. These sort of generic items are great actually, because it means then that you can take advantage of people looking for items like this here, and you can actually get higher profit margins than you would by selling this exact brand here, because you're going to be able to source the generic items that the manufacturers and wholesalers and dropshippers are creating at a much lower price than if you were to buy this exact brand. So what I would suggest that you do in that case there is, instead of writing down regular easy step walkthrough gate, you'd write down the type of item that it is. And in this case here, you would write down baby barrier gate. And so just go through all the items here and list the ones down that meet the price requirements. Okay, so now that we've brainstormed our list, we need to go through each of the items on the list and figure out which ones will be easy to sell on eBay and which ones will be hard. When we figure out the best items to sell on eBay, we know that we can then just focus our attention on sourcing those items. The goal is to find items that have lots of people wanting to buy it but very few sellers. In other words, we want to find items that are in high demand but have low seller competition. To figure this out, I now use a really nifty tool called Terapeak. In last year's video, I did recommend that you use Sell Who's Market Research Lab. However, that got updated and it is no longer suitable for this. However, Terapeak does everything that the Sell Who Market Research Lab did, and it does it even better. What terapeak does is it collects a huge amount of information and statistics and analytics on previous eBay listings. You can take each individual item on your list and find out all sorts of amazing statistics and analytics on it, such as how many sellers an item has, what the average sell-through rate for an item is, what the going price is for an item both brand new and second hand, and tons of other great information like that. We are going to use Terapeak's historical data to help us figure out out which items on our list have high buyer demand but low seller competition. This here is the front page for Terapeak. What you need to do is come here and then log into your account. Now, if you don't have a Terapeak account, that is absolutely fine, because you can actually sign up and get a free 2-week trial with Terapeak. So you can see here, you just need to give your email and your first and your last name and start your free trial. And I've got a link to how you can get here to get your own free trial in the video description below. Now, I've gone ahead and set up a brand new account so that you can see what it will look like when you first set up your Terapeak account. And I'm just going to switch over here to show you exactly what it looks like. So this here is the dashboard for a brand new account for Terapeak. This is what you're going to see. Now what you can do is you can link up your eBay and your Amazon stores. This is an optional feature and it will give you some nice statistics when you load up your dashboard for your store. But it's not necessary and it is optional. But you're going to have this box here in your dashboard and it's a pop-up and you need to click an X to get rid of it so you can keep using the site. But you can use all of these buttons even with this here, so don't let that bother you. Okay. So let's get started in using Terapeak to research the best items to sell on eBay. You want to come here and click on in-depth research and to then load up this page. Now what you want to do is you want to come and click on product research. So click on this button. So this is the box that you see. What you want to now do is you want to go to the items that you brainstormed earlier by going to Amazon and checking out the bestseller items that were selling for $20 or more. And you want to take one of the items that you found and you want to come here to the search bar and you want to type it in. So if you remember, we found the Regalo Easy Step Walk-Through Gate. So come in and take an item like this here and put it onto here. Then you want to come and you want to select the eBay website that you want to analyze. In this case here, I'm going to be analyzing ebay.com, which is what the majority of you guys are going to be doing anyway. Now, we need to make one more change here. See here how it says the 7-day period? What you really want to do is come here and you want to come to 30 days and select it. The reason why I suggest that you look within the last 30 days is because of the fact that 7 days is not that much time. It's not that much data for a lot of products. 30 days will give you a better average overview of the real statistics and how well an item really does on eBay. And then after that, you just want to come here and apply filters. And we're going to have some awesome little data show up here. So the first thing you want to look at is the average price and to see if it's still above $20 basically. And we can see here that it is. Its average price is $35. That's really good because, again, I've come in here and instead of searching for the vague type of product, I've looked for the specific brand. By looking for the specific brand, I would be looking to probably source it through retail arbitrage, getting it on clearance and then reselling it for a higher price on eBay. And in doing that here, I would probably be expecting to be making at least a $10–15 profit, which would be really good. So this is a good average selling price. Then after you've done there and you've checked to make sure that the average selling price is above $10, or in my case, my minimum would be above $20, you want to come over here and go to the sell-through rate. You want to look for items that have at least a 33% sell-through rate. Those items will usually sell within 1 to 3 weeks. Well, we can see here that the average sell-through rate is, in this case here, almost 60%, which is fantastic. This is a great item so far. Now there is one more stat that you want to come look at. You want to come down here to the bids per listing. As you can see, for this item here, it's 1.62 bids per listing. In general, what I would say is that usually if an item has less than 1 bid per listing, that's going to mean it's an item that has a high amount of sellers and a low number of buyers, or as in there's a lot of seller competition and there's not as much demand as you would hope for. So high seller competition. If an item has between 1 to 2 bids per listing, like this item here, that's got about medium seller competition. But if an item has 2 or more bids per listing on average, that would generally indicate that an item has really low seller competition. So lots of eager buyers and fewer sellers makes it for an easy sell for you. But this item here, as you can see, has what would indicate to be medium competition.
However, the problem is that we haven't gone through and filtered the results to take out buy now offers. Buy now offers are going to be making this number be way lower than it should be. It's going to be artificially deflating the number. So we need to now come back up here to the filters and to fix that. So we're just going to come over here and we're going to click on bid auctions, bid auctions, and we're going to then click apply filters. And it's going to come down here and it's going to show us the new updated stats for it. And boom, we can see here that the bids per listing are 3.19. So this has lots of people looking to buy this item and very few sellers comparatively so, which makes this an easy item to sell. I also want to make a quick little note here too. This isn't to do with the fact that this would be an easy item to sell. This is just information for you guys. You can see that the average price has now gone down to $9. What this indicates then is that you're going to make more money for this item if you set it up as a store and demand a higher price. And that's what something like terapeak here is really great for. It lets you see what the best way is for you to list your item. You can see that by putting it up as a buy now rather than as a auction, you can generally expect to be able to make a lot more money, which is really nice to know. So basically what we've discovered is that this item here, the regular easy step walkthrough gate, would be a fantastic item to sell on eBay because it has a really high bids per listing when listed as an auction, which indicates high buyer demand but low seller competition. It's got a high sell-through rate, and if listed as a fixed price auction, you can get quite a high sale price, which means then that there's a big margin for profit if you were to put this item up on clearance and then to resell it on eBay.
So now all you need to do is to go through each of the individual items that are on your list and to use terapeak to check out each item's stats. Note down which items on your list have an average selling price of at least $20, a sell-through rate of at least 33%, and an average bid per auction of at least 2. At the end of this, you're going to have a great list of items to sell on eBay. All you need to then do is go out and source those items to sell. And sourcing those items becomes a lot easier when you know what you are looking for. If you want to get your own free 2-week trial of terapeak, just click on the link in the video description below. I highly recommend it. Another cool trick that you can use terapeak for is helping you brainstorm potential items that you might want to sell on eBay. I'm going to switch back to my screen to show you how to do this.
So I've switched back to terapeak to show you how you can use it to find new items to sell on eBay that would be easy to sell and have potentially higher profit margins. So what you're going to want to do is come here to find products to sell and click on it. You now need to do is you need to go back and think of an item that you found on Amazon.com's bestseller list that you then went and checked in terapeak and discovered that it had low seller competition but high buyer demand and had a good selling price, and you want to come to this thing here and you want to type in the type of item that it is. Even if you were looking for branded items, you want to come in here and type in the type of item that it is rather than the brand that you discovered. So in this case here, we're going to type in baby barrier because we are looking for similar items to that brand, and if you type in the exact brand, terapeak is going to look for it's going to try to find other listings that contained that specific brand, which is not what we want because we want to discover other brands and other types of items like it. So type in the type of item that it is here. Then you want to come and you want to keep this on eBay. You want to come and if you're going to be sourcing the items through retail arbitrage, wholesale selling, or drop shipping, you're going to want to select new. If you are going to be selling or you're going to be sourcing your items through thrift stores, you may want to select used, but you're usually going to be sourcing new items to sell. So usually you want to keep it on new. You want to come here and select the type of eBay website, or the eBay website you're going to be selling on. So I'm going to keep it on ebay.com. Now you want to come here and you want to be searching for the right category of items. So we're going to select baby and you want to keep this here. And then I suggest that you look for data within the last 30 days because that's quite a nice amount of time. And then click search. And now what terapeak is doing is it's searching for other similar items to baby Barrygate, which we already know is a good selling item. So if we can find similar items to it, that would be fantastic, and it would make our life a lot easier in trying to find items that we know we can sell on eBay easily for a good profit. And what you can do here is you can see that this one here has an average selling price of $67.21, which is great. And if you want to come and check out its average sell-through rate and its bid per auction to see if it's suitable, all you got to do is put your mouse over it and then click do in-depth research and check it out for yourself.
If you'd like to get your own free 2-week trial to terapeak, simply click on the link in the video description below. And if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribed. Your support is very much appreciated. And here is another cool freebie for you as well. Here at Wholesale Ted, we've got a free ebook, How to Make $10,000 a Month Online by Dropshipping. This ebook is absolutely free. If you've wanted to start your own e-commerce business for a while but you don't know where to begin, I strongly recommend that you download this ebook now. To find out how to get your own copy of this incredible life-changing ebook, simply click on the link in the video description below.
Hi there, and thanks for watching this video created by us here at Wholesale Ted. It is our mission to help everyone start and grow their own online business. That is why we've created a simple ebook which shows how anyone, yes, even you, can make $10,000 each and every month with dropshipping, even if you don't have startup money. And best of all, we're giving away this ebook for free. And yes, we really mean it, absolutely free. So if you'd like to get this potentially life-changing ebook, simply click on the link in this video description and get it now.